Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. I welcome you all to this finance MCQ series, and today we'll be discussing top 5 MCQs on inflation. This is a very important chapter for RBI Grade B and SEBI Grade A as well. Before moving ahead, we at EduTap have a very good news for you that we have prepared a comprehensive guidebook for RBI Grade B and SEBI Grade A, which would answer all your common queries in a very prompt manner. Let it be about strategy, let it be about the sources to follow, let it be the role about RBI in the economy. Last but not the least, the salary which you will be drawing, everything. And this consumes a lot of your time, and we are simplifying it by providing you with this guidebook, which is absolutely free of cost and can be downloaded from the description given below. Let's begin the session further. If you are new to our channel, do press the bell icon to receive the latest updates and join our Telegram channel to receive the PDFs of the session. So today we'll be discussing important questions on inflation. Now, before starting the session, let us understand what inflation in general is. Inflation is nothing but the general price rise of goods and commodities in the economy. When there is an increase in price rise, what is the effect on our currency? The purchasing power of our currency, that is rupees, it decreases. Let's say you bought a notebook today which costs you rupees 20. Now let's say after 1 year the inflation rate is at 5%. So this same notebook would be available to you in the next year for rupees 20.05. क्या हो रहा है, पहले 20 रुपए से आप ये नोटबुक खरीद पा रहे थे. नाउ यू आर नॉट एबल टू परचेज द सेम नोटबुक for 20 rupees because the rate of inflation is 5%. So now in order to purchase the same notebook, you have to spend 20.05 rupees. This is what inflation in general is. This question talks about the different types of inflation, and you have to identify using the statement that which are the what inflation we are talking about. The question says that it is a type of running inflation in double or triple digit, and this took place in Latin America and Russia post disintegration. And this kind of inflation is also known as running and hopping inflation. So what inflation are we talking about? The correct answer to the question is galloping inflation. Let us understand what is galloping inflation. The word gallop in English simply means when there is a rapid increase in something. Okay. So when I say the term gallop means rapid increase, I simply mean to say that the rate of inflation increases rapidly in a running way, as I said you, in double or triple digit. Okay. Now, even though this inflation rises so fast in a rapid manner, it has a short lifespan. Okay. It has a short lifespan, which means these are not long lived. Now you can ask me, ma'am, how does this inflation take place? See, whenever the economy is unstable, okay, due to unstableness in the economy. When is the economy unstable? Let's say there is a war-like situation in the economy. Russia-Ukraine ka war ka example ले लो. या तो there is a weak government. The government is basically weak in nature. Yeah, there is some internal revolution going on. All these factors result in galloping inflation. Now, can you tell me the example of a country which recently faced galloping inflation? None other than Sri Lanka, where the inflation rate touched to almost 54% high. When I say double digit inflation, the value is greater than 10%. Okay? Now, you can ask me, okay ma'am, in case there is a galloping inflation in the country, what do people do? See, you need to understand, in case of a galloping inflation, the business entities, they stop investing. They invest less. Why do they invest less? Because the rate of inflation is already high, and if they start investing, they know that the returns which they would be earning would be eaten up by inflation. ठीक है. Secondly, the people stop believing in banking systems because let us understand this with an example that let's say the rate of inflation currently is 4%. ठीक है. Not 4%, let's say it is 6% currently. And let's say that the deposits in the bank are providing you with an interest rate of 4%. So which means you're not being compensated for this inflation. And when the inflation is in double digit, let's say 60%, and the banks are going to give you 50%, तो क्या आप अपना पैसा डालोगे? नहीं डालोगे. तो people don't invest their money with the banks. So this is what galloping inflation is, that it is short-lived and the digit is double or triple digit in nature. समझ गए what is galloping inflation? Let's move ahead to the next question. Now, the next question asks about how inflation affects the saver. ठीक है? Sorry. The question says how inflation affects the saver. See, when you as a saver make deposits in the bank, and if you do not receive an interest rate which is greater than or equal to the inflation rate, है ना, जब इस रेट से आपको कम इंटरेस्ट रेट मिल रहा है तो द वैल्यू ऑफ योर मनी डिक्रीजेस. Then in that case people refrain from investing their money and keep it in cash form. What is this phenomena called? ये question पूछ रहा है. And this phenomena is called cash drag. What is a cash drag? It is a holding a portion of your portfolio. मतलब some amount of money you hold it rather than investing this portion. क्यों? क्योंकि आपको पता है if you invest you will not receive the required return. ठीक है? ठीक है? Now what is skewflation? See, skewflation is very simple. When the prices of single commodity or let's say a few group of commodities increase in the economy. Let's say take an example of onions. Onions का example ले लो. Because of poor weather conditions, at times we see that the price of onions increase rapidly. इससे क्या होता है कि ऑनियंस क्या सिर्फ प्राइस बढ़ रहा है लेकिन बाकी कमोडिटीज के प्राइस राइज नहीं हो रही. तो ऐसे इन्फ्लेशन when there is rise of one or small group of commodity over a sustained period of time, those type of inflation are known as skewflation. Now what is a bracket creep? See, bracket creep is very simple. For compensating you with inflation, there is increase in wages and salary. So when there is increase in wages and salary, this pushes you to a higher tax bracket, which also leads to a physical drag. See, when आपकी सैलरी बढ़ रही है तो आपका टैक्स ब्रैकेट भी तो इंक्रीज हो रहा है, तो ये आपको एक फिजिकल ड्रैग में पुश कर रहा है, एंड दैट कॉन्सेप्ट इज नोन एज ब्रैकेट क्रीप. Now what is a core inflation, which is also known as underlying inflation? ठीक है, it measures inflation but it excludes, keep in mind, it excludes items which have a volatile price movement like the food or energy items. ठीक है, let's move ahead. The next question asks about the various measures taken by Reserve Bank and government, and we have to choose the right option accordingly. It says that which of the following is not the monetary measure of reducing inflation. See, whenever I say inflation controlling measures, there are two types of measures which the government can adopt. One is the monetary measure and one is the physical measure. ठीक है? In case of increasing CRR, increasing SLR, increasing repo rate, all these types of measures come into monetary measures. But increasing taxes do not come inside monetary measures. Instead, they come in physical measures. What happens in all three cases? When Reserve Bank increases CRR, when it increases SLR, या it increases repo, क्या होता है? Liquidity in the market decreases. अब liquidity decrease क्या हो गई तो उससे क्या होगा? There is reduction in inflation. ठीक है, this is one method employed by RBI to reduce inflation. The other physical method which the government uses is by increasing taxes. Government tax कब increase करती है? जब उसको inflation को control करना हो. It reduces its spending. and it increases taxes so that it can discourage people from spending further, and this is how it controls inflation. ठीक है? So the correct answer is increasing taxes is not a monetary measure for reducing inflation. I hope you are clear till now. Let's move ahead. The fourth question asks about bottleneck inflation. This is also a type of inflation. Always remember that when there is a supply side crunch in the economy, that is when the bottleneck inflation arises. Let's say there's issue with management, broken supply chain, वैसे केस में, लेकिन डिमांड अभी भी वैसा है. The demand remains the same. डिमांड सेम है लेकिन सप्लाई डिक्रीज हो गई. तो ऐसे केस में there is bottleneck inflation, and the question asks which of the statements aptly describes bottleneck inflation, and the correct answer to the question is reduction in the supply in relation to demands. ठीक है? This you can always remember that bottleneck inflation can be related to demand pull inflation. What do you mean by demand pull inflation? The demand remains high for the given product or service, but the service availability is low. ठीक है? ऐसे केस को हम डिमांड पुल इन्फ्लेशन कहते हैं. डू लेट मी नो व्हाट इज कॉस्ट पुश इन्फ्लेशन in the comment section, and we'll discuss this in the coming sessions. ठीक है? Now, the next question asks that what is the impact of inflation on economic entities? See, every entity has a different impact in case of inflation. Now, the question says that does the investment increase as the loan becomes cheaper in real terms? Keep in mind the question asks which of the following option is incorrect. Is it that people cut their consumptions, or C, inflation depreciates the value of domestic currency? Yeah, inflation decreases the employment of in the short run. Yeah, none of the above. The correct answer to the question is option D. See, inflation increases employment in short run. ठीक है? You have to remember that inflation increases employment. क्यों होता है ऐसा? See, in case of inflation, basically what happens is the demand is rising. There is an increase in the demand, and in order to meet this increasing demand, the companies start hiring more people. अब मेरे को ज्यादा सामान चाहिए प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए, लोग कम है, तो क्या होगा कि मेरे सामान का दाम या भाव कम होगा. तो इस केस में कंपनीज स्टार्ट एम्प्लॉइंग मोर पीपल टू मीट द इंक्रीजिंग डिमांड्स. So in short run, what happens? When there is increase in inflation, the employment increases, and this statement says that the employment decreases, so the given statement is wrong. Do let me know what is the situation when the inflation and unemployment both are high in the description section, and we'll discuss this tomorrow. This is a homework question for you which asks about which of the following is not a category of WPI inflation. I hope you enjoyed the session, and do let me know the answers of the same in the comment section, and I'll let you know the correct answers tomorrow. If you have any queries related to the session or any subject, do contact us in the given number. Have a nice day. Thank you.